The other big issue today is that Carlos Tevez is back. Yes, I said back. Explain to me what's happened there, please, Flash.
Well, basically, I mean, I think it could be the advisors have told Carlos to get himself back there. Otherwise, there could be a legal suit from Man City to him. And I think Man City want him back because they may well need him for the running in the Premiership. Also, they may need to play him. Otherwise, they could be sued. So it really is a real web of basically counterclaims. But the bottom line is the player, if he's fit, is an asset on the pitch to Man City. But it's humble pie because what was Mancini going to back down? Tevez going to back down? But for the good of Man City, they need to bury it and let him play.
It's an odd old re-entrance because within the last 48 hours in Argentina, he's been on a chat show there and described Mr. Mancini as treating him like a dog. And he's referring to the actual moment in the dugout at Bayern Munich when it was said that he said, I went out and I warmed up for 10 minutes, I got back and I warmed up again. Then he saw Dzeko coming off the pitch and he felt that he had a poor attitude to being substituted. And Mr. Mancini got into a rage, started speaking to him and saying horrible things to him, he said, and was treating him like a dog, as a result of which he didn't end up going on the pitch. I mean, these two men were so far apart just 6 weeks ago, there could never have been a reconciliation. But it has needs must. As you quite rightly say, Manchester City need him for the last third of the season, for the run-in, and he needs to start playing football again. You can't, as a professional footballer at his level, go like a whole two-thirds of a season without playing. You'd probably never be the same footballer again.
No, that's fair enough. And also, if he wants and sees his future away from the Etihad, then he needs to show people that he is worthy of being invested in. Because at the moment, the amount of money he's on, the amount of money that it's going to take to move him from there, it's a real big, it's like a massive gamble now.
Yeah, it is,
So but the thing is, I could still see Tevez maybe at Man City next year if they come back and do the job right.
Well, I mean, it might have broken this spell about him moving every 2 years, mightn't it? They might have thought now it's not quite that easy. The people who look after him, who control his life, have suddenly found that actually, although he's one of the world's great footballers, it's not as easy to move a massively expensive asset like him around. It's like trying to move an oil tanker around, isn't it? You know, with all the oilers inside it.
Spare a fault for Sir Alex Ferguson. People said they couldn't believe him when they actually got rid of him and said, well, no, we're not going to enter into that. And now he's been proved right again.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he'd have got on with Tevez. You'd never found that situation in a dugout, would you, with Sir Alex Ferguson and Tevez? I don't think.
Well, I mean, you can't write anything off with this lad. This lad seems to do exactly what he wants and when he wants. Because I know he lives in Argentina, but his home is here. He works here, and yet he just goes off. That's like me playing at Sheffield Wednesday, having an argument with Trevor Francis or Ron Atkinson, and then just going on holiday for 6 weeks. You just wouldn't come into your head.
No, you wouldn't. Right, now we'd like you to get involved, please. It's Flash and myself in the studio tonight. We want you to be the third member of the team here, of the panel. How do you do that? You do it by Skyping in on Sports Night Live. We want to see you up on that Skype board, please, and we want you to give us the benefit of your views. Up there now, a man who's taken advantage of this opportunity is Nick, who's a Manchester City fan. Who better to speak to than a Manchester City fan at the moment? Nick, good evening to you.
Evening, Mike.
Yep. Hello, Nick. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, mate. Great to have you on the show. Well, look, I mean, you must have mixed feelings about the Tevez situation, but how are you analysing it at this very moment as Tevez has returned and stepped foot back into Manchester?
If I'm honest, I'd rather have an unfit or half-fit Tevez than a fit Dzeko, to be honest with you. I think it could be the trump card that City need. I know there's lots of the fans are divided. But I see there's a sign gone up, welcome back to Manchester at Dinsgate. So, you know, fans are divided. He's said a few bad words. Again, even 24 hours ago, he's, you know, treated like a dog, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, the guy's a match winner. If him and Roberto can shake hands, forgive and forget, then we can move on, I guess.
Nick, are you really that unhappy with Edwin Dzeko?
I wouldn't say really unhappy, but I've never rated him. You know, before he came, when we knew he was coming, we looked at the stuff on YouTube. He looked really prolific, but I'm not convinced. He's not a match winner for me. He can't turn a game. Nothing like Tevez could turn a game. You know, you're not going to bring on Dzeko to win a game at 0-0 or 1-0 to win it. But you know, the player that Tevez is, he's done it throughout his career. I just fancy him for the run-in to come on at the 85th minute against United. Could be the trump card. Or it's going to go to the wire. Last game of the season, QPR, Mark Hughes. What better, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, Nick, I mean, what's the general feeling amongst the Manchester City fans? Because we've spoken to dozens of Manchester City fans since the saga started, and it's ranged from never let that man darken our door again to actually why we're isolating one of the world's great footballers. So how are the fans who sit around you in the stadium feeling?
I think they're really mixed. I mean, from what I've been reading on Twitter and stuff, I mean, some fans have said they'd rather finish second than see that guy back in a City shirt.
That's mad.
I mean, it's mad. Absolutely, I think it's madness. But you know, it's really polarised the views. It's a Marmite, love or hate. And I mean, I went through a stage of hating him, but actually, you know, if the final push that we need to get us over the top is that man, then why not? You know, people got to, you know, bury the hatchet and sort of say and move on. So he's a great player. You can't take it away from him. He's never, you know, every club he's been to, there's been controversy. So we're no different, I guess. Is he any worse than the controversy than Suarez has brought to Liverpool? I don't know. I mean, you know, they were both most hated. I don't know. The fans are really split. I guess most of the tweets I've read from fans are pretty much against him. So I don't know. Difficult one.
Nick, how do the fans actually feel? Are they starting to get nervous in themselves because actually the Holy Grail is obviously getting one step closer every week? Are they all like, is it anticipation or is it like we're going to blow it? How are their feelings?
Well, you know, we've got that sort of well, some of us have got the glass half empty psychology. You know, some of us like don't want to think about the fact that we could blow it. You know, the City, in true City style, I suppose we could go down to the last game of the season. We've been there before on countless occasions where things haven't gone as well as they could have. But I mean, look where we are, 2 points clear, 15 games to go. You know, we've got good form. All the players are now back. You know, we've got to be positive. We can't be positive now. When else can we be positive about what's going to happen in the future? It's in our hands now. So, you know, what more can we ask for?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you.